What happens when artificial intelligence stops answering our questions and starts discovering things no human ever could? In 2025, it shattered a 56-year-old mathematical record. No human had ever come close. Now it is pointed at every science on Earth, and the next 5 years will reshape everything. The story begins in 1969, when a German mathematician named Volker Strassen rewrote computing forever. He uncovered a hidden shortcut for multiplying matrices, the silent operation that drives every modern computer system. For 56 unbroken years, not a single human mathematician on Earth ever managed to improve his discovery. Generations tried. Billions in computing power was thrown at the problem. Yet the record simply refused to fall. Then quietly, in May of 2025, an artificial intelligence cracked the equation wide open forever. Its name was AlphaEvolve, built by Google DeepMind, the same team behind AlphaFold and the legendary AlphaGo. It was never designed to attack matrix multiplication. It was built as a general-purpose discovery engine. Yet it succeeded precisely where every specialist system and every human mathematician on Earth had completely failed before. AlphaEvolve discovered a way to multiply 4x4 complex matrices using only 48 scalar multiplications total. Strassen's record demanded 49. AlphaEvolve silently removed one. After 56 years of unbroken human mathematical silence, that single missing multiplication translated into a 23% speed increase across the Gemini training kernel itself. And it now powers the very same models that are training the next generation of frontier AI systems. This is what Move 37 looked like for science. A genuine discovery no human mind had ever seen. And matrix multiplication, as we are now about to discover together, was only ever the simple warm-up. Because the real breakthrough was never the algorithm itself. It was what AlphaEvolve had quietly proven possible. For the first time in human history, an AI system had discovered genuinely new mathematical knowledge entirely alone. Not optimized, not refined, not predicted from existing data. Genuinely discovered. Something no human mind had seen before. And the moment that single door opened, the entire architecture of scientific discovery began silently changing forever. Because if artificial intelligence can discover this, the only real question that matters now is, what else?
In part 2, you will see what I have seen. One discovery becomes 50. The pattern becomes undeniable.
DeepMind never stopped at the matrix problem. They quietly turned AlphaEvolve loose on 50 more open problems. Each one a frontier in mathematics, geometry, number theory. Problems humans had failed to crack for decades. Take the kissing number problem, a geometric riddle that has fascinated mathematicians for over 300 years. How many spheres can touch one central sphere without overlap? AlphaEvolve found a new answer in 11 dimensions. 593 outer spheres in perfect contact, a configuration no human geometer had ever proposed. Then it improved the Erdős minimum overlap problem, untouched by human progress since 2016. On 3/4 of every problem tested, AlphaEvolve matched the very best solutions humanity had ever found. On 1 in 5 problems, it improved on prior best, advancing real frontiers of human mathematical knowledge. Hexagon packing, Fourier analysis. Number theory puzzles posed by Erdős over half a century ago were broken. Each one a fortress of human intelligence. Each one falling quietly to a single algorithmic discovery engine. But the most unsettling discovery was not any single problem. It was the pattern hiding underneath them all. Because every algorithm AlphaEvolve discovered was making the next AlphaEvolve smarter, the loop had silently closed. The matrix algorithms it discovered are now used to train the very Gemini models that power AlphaEvolve. Faster Gemini means a smarter AlphaEvolve. A smarter AlphaEvolve discovers faster algorithms. The cycle compounds without limit. This is no longer a research project. It is a self-improving system, running live, in production, today. Inside Google's data centers, the loop is already turning, and every turn is making the next one faster.
Subscribe to Novatech. From AI, science, technology, and the cosmos, we don't just report on it, we decode it.
Now zoom out, because DeepMind was always just the very first chapter of this entire story. AlphaFold mapped 200 million protein structures. AlphaGo redefined human strategy. AlphaEvolve has now redefined discovery itself. That single laboratory in Mountain View earned its founders the 2024 Nobel Prize in Chemistry. But what comes next is not happening only at Google. The pattern is emerging in 3 other cities: Cambridge, Boston, San Francisco, each one home to a far more ambitious experiment than anything seen before. And one company has now built an entire factory for this. The era of autonomous science has arrived.
In part 3, you will see the factory, the first place on Earth where AI does science alone.
Its name is Lila Sciences, founded in 2023 by the same venture firm that built Moderna. Its stated mission, in their own words, is to construct the world's first scientific superintelligence platform. $550 million in funding, valuation already past $1.3 billion. Among its earliest backers, NVIDIA's venture capital arm, alongside the sovereign wealth fund of Abu Dhabi. Its chief scientist is George Church, the Harvard biologist who pioneered the entire CRISPR gene editing era. And Lila is now building what they openly call AI science factories in 3 different global cities: Boston, San Francisco, London. 3 fully autonomous laboratories where AI runs the scientific method without humans. Robotic arms execute experiments designed entirely by artificial intelligence, 24 hours a day, every single day. The AI generates the hypothesis, designs the experiment, operates the equipment, analyzes the result, iterates without rest. This is not science accelerated. This is the scientific method itself, running at pure machine speed continuously. The company reports significant breakthroughs in mRNA therapeutics, antibody design, and novel chemical catalyst discovery work. These claims have not yet been peer-reviewed, but the funding behind Lila tells you something important here. Because what is happening inside those factories is the bitter lesson of AI applied to physical science. The bitter lesson states that scale and computation always defeat carefully handcrafted human expertise. Always, eventually. It defeated humans at chess, then at Go, then at protein folding. Now it is defeating us everywhere. Because every experiment generates new data. New data trains a smarter AI. A smarter AI runs better experiments. Knowledge has always compounded slowly, limited by human reading speed, human writing speed, human thinking speed entirely. Remove that human bottleneck, and the scientific method begins compounding at speeds nobody has ever previously witnessed. Drug development that takes a decade today may be compressed to months. Diseases we call incurable will fall. New materials, new energy sources, new agricultural breakthroughs, all discovered autonomously, faster than humans can read papers. The next 5 years will produce more genuine scientific progress than the previous 100 years combined. Not because we became smarter, because the tool we use to do science has become superintelligent.
Subscribe to Novatech. From AI, science, technology, and the cosmos, we don't just report on it, we decode it. There's more to uncover. Click the video on your screen now and continue the journey with us.